All right, what's up everybody? How you doing? Welcome to the Tuesday evening community cat chat. I apologize in advance for those of you attempting to watch this live, as our internet has been terrible and I'm guessing you're getting maybe 1 out of every 20 words, if that. Anyway, if you haven't seen Humans on Cam before, I'm Sam. My wife Amanda will be joining us in a minute. We are your cat fosters. We are currently fostering these little ones here, Autumn's kittens. Autumn is somewhere in the room, hiding in that black cube over there. She will get into all that in a minute. Yeah, we do multicast normally on about a dozen different platforms, so if you are watching live and I'm answering questions that you're not seeing, that's why, and if I miss yours, I apologize. Normally I would tell you the best place to put your comments is on Twitch, YouTube, Trovo, DLive, things like that. But right now it seems like the best place to put questions is on our Discord and or Instagram, Twitter, etc. Yeah, we do these chats 4 times a week, Tuesday and Thursday evenings around 9 p.m., Saturday mornings at 10 a.m., and Mondays at noon. And again, we have posted this. Most likely you're watching this on our YouTube, where we've posted this after the fact, since our live connection has been pretty crappy lately, thanks to Spectrum's amazingly terrible service. Hey, they didn't pay me for that sponsor, by the way. Oh, cool. So yeah, we do these means asks. You can do a test to see how long it is delayed, like say the time, 21:05. When you're saying something, there you go. It's 5 after 9. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Yeah, so we do these chats to give updates on our kittens and their progress, anything like that, as well as answer any questions you may have. So please, if you are watching live, ask questions. That would be amazing. We have a few already lined up, because we weren't sure how the live portion of this was going to go today. Mean says, oh no, she's somewhere in the room. That's right. She is in the black cube, yeah. Oh, there. So yeah, that being said, the biggest update is today, Mama Autumn was ushered out to the vet to have her spay appointment. I'll have to wait for Amanda to get back to see if there was anything else done, like microchips, etc. I think they did microchip her. I'm not positive. I know we got a microchip for her. I'm not sure it went into her. Yeah, she came home around 2-ish. So was it just a spay, or did they do other things like microchip?
They did everything. Her a rabies vaccination, FDRCP vaccination, ear tip,
oh, right,
spay,
ear tip.
microchip. Is that everything? I think that's everything.
Trimmer nails? No. We didn't want to do that. So yeah, ear tip is they cut off a little bit of ear, so other TNR or fosters who see her out in the field can recognize on sight that she has been spayed without having to get close or attempt to trap her or anything like that in the future, because she will be going back to where she came from. Most likely this weekend is what we're looking at. Mean says it doesn't seem to be skipping words. When it buffers, it carries on from what you were saying. So it's just pausing a lot.
Yeah, but it's been doing this consistently for 3 days now.
Yeah, 3 days.
And so eventually the stream ends up being half an hour behind,
yeah,
or an hour
longer.
behind. So doing things like switching cameras and that kind of thing is sort of irrelevant, because it's not going to actually take effect for an hour from when you're trying to do it.
Or clip it.
I mean,
don't use the clip
restart,
it function these days.
It obviously resets, but
yeah.
So it's probably not that bad right now, but
right.
It will
Yeah.
be
Yeah, it will get worse. I wonder if it will let me take a quick look at some of the settings. I wonder if something. No, I know it's not a settings issue, because I've been running the friggin' speed checks, and those are just atrocious. 3 minutes?
I need that,
Sure.
that paper and my pen.
Paper, pen.
Oh, and I need that blue heart blanket right there.
Blue heart blanket. Okay, so Amanda is going to be weighing and bottle feeding, hopefully, the kittens. So we'll get some of that close up, or relatively close up. 3 minutes for now, but eventually it'll be 5, then 10, then 20. I don't think I read this out loud. TK over on Periscope said, thanks for sharing the kitties. And yeah, thanks for hanging out with us in spite of our internet connection. Mean says delay might be 3 minutes. When you said it was 05, it was 08 for me. Yeah, that's what I figured. So yeah, we do have some questions and stuff like that I will get to in a little bit here. Let me pull up our Discord. Here it is. And we'll see if anyone reacted to the Instagram. Janine says, so weird. I was behind when I came in and now it caught me up. Oh, right on. Well, we did do a restart about 6 minutes ago, 8 minutes ago, something like that, 8 minutes ago. So that probably helped a bit. I did notice with YouTube, I'm going to go to this. It is basically capturing all of the frames of the video. So even when it buffers and skips ahead, if you're on YouTube and you back up with the DVR, you still get the full experience of what happened. It does collect those missing moments, which is nice, aside from the fact that those, moments happen so frequently. I should get the iPad. I'll be right back.
Sounds good. So I'm bottle feeding Pumpkin right now. When I weighed her this morning, after Autumn left, Pumpkin only weighed 266 grams, which is about 100 grams less than she should weigh, and about almost 200 grams less than Maple.
Oh, excellent.
So, actually more than 200 less. So I've been bottle feeding her all day. After the first two attempts, she started lashing really well, and she's already gained over 20 grams today, which is great. So she's 290 now. Good girl.
Wait. Look at me. Be cute.
Will you do me a favor?
Maybe.
Can you move this food and water over to that side of the bed?
Yeah. Okay. This thing has no battery in it.
These kittens get their nails cut every day. Yeah. I'm surprised it's not really in the kitchen.
Where am I putting this? In front of the closet? Or
whatever makes sense to you. We can move it back over here later if she comes out of there ever.
That's fine.
I just thought maybe it would entice her to come out and eat and get it out of my way.
Sure.
I thought maybe if I fed them too, it would they'd be meowing a lot, and so that might perk her up a little. I think she's probably just not feeling awesome.
Oh, I'm sure.
So not only did she get spayed and stuff, but she got all those vaccinations as well.
Yeah. I'm sure she feels funny. Not ha.
Also, she's probably just like, you guys went after me in that crate this morning, so I'm not going back in there. Yeah. Pulled her out of this crate this morning, and all those terrible things happened to her. So she's like, F that, I'm not going near that crate ever again.
Yeah. Hey Renee! Renee says, I didn't know you were live. Barely. Trying. God, please, come on. Both of you?
I can't go to bed.
Hey.
So that was Raven, I just fed. She latched pretty good, but not for very long. This is Cider that I have now. Cider and Maple are the two biggest. They're pretty hefty. Sam? Nobody except Pumpkin latched on the bottle earlier, but I think by now they're all pretty darn hungry.
Mean says, that makes sense. Amanda is good at explaining. I don't think I really understood the delay, but yeah, that makes sense. And that part where it took me an extra 5 minutes to read that was not the delay, that was the kids. Renee says, look at those sweet kittens. They're so funny trying to get up off their backs.
It's mostly Pumpkin.
They're really super cute and seem to like each other. Yeah, hey Sparkle. Yeah, they really like each other.
He's gone down a good amount today. He's not really latching. Pumpkin, stay in, baby. And this big plug is Maple. Maple is gigantic. Maple, in comparison to Pumpkin, so when I weighed them this morning, Pumpkin weighed 266 grams and Maple weighed 482. So he's like almost twice her size. He's a monster. He weighs over 1 pound, so 482 grams is 17 ounces. So that's 1 pound per ounce.
Mean says, I usually wait several minutes for you to read out my questions anyway.
Rude. Just kidding.
Shots fired. All right.
Alright, dude, let's give it a try.
This thing does not want to stay in focus. Whoa. Super zoom. Not so much.
How did I get here? This is not my delicious milk. Hey. Isn't that yummy? Yeah, it's not yummy.
Sparkle says, I just heard I'll be back from Sam, if this helps. Not really. Yeah, there's going to be a delay. Just is what it is.
So he's lost a bit today.
Hey, no.
Give it one more try, baby. I know it's not the same as your mama.
I love you.
I love you too. Time for bed.
I
I
love you.
love you. Go. 1, 2, 3. Go. Good night. Okay. All right. Sparkle says, I think Pumpkin is so cute. Janine says, Sam, stick your alarm clock facing a cam. Oh, I don't know, alarm clock.
We just use our telephones. No, I think she just wants it to be on the screen all the time.
Like constantly on the
Yeah,
screen?
so
I don't have anything like that. Does the thermometer have a clock on it?
No.
Yeah, that's as good as I can do.
Unless we like brought in that one from the living room or something.
I mean, I could probably set up, I wonder if I could set up a live time readout on the bot. Overlay, hey, add overlay widget. What the hell's timer train do? Text.
Is that Autumn?
I don't think so. Not sure.
Kind of need a warning so I can move. If she does. I want her to come attack me.
She's not moving.
So I've officially decided that Raven is a Torty Tabby mix,
Okay.
which I think is called a Torby.
Torby. Torby or not Torby? That is the question. Why did it put that overlay right in the center? Dang it. That's so weird. That's not where I want that stupid thing. Default. Aha. Great. Now I just gotta make that a color that people can see. White with a black shadow, and I will make this a little bigger. There you go. That is the local time and thus the delay. It doesn't let me do seconds. Oh, you know what? I bet there is a way to do seconds, and I just needed
Seconds
to.
aren't necessary.
Alright, fine. Amanda says seconds aren't necessary.
I mean, nobody has those on their clock at home and they're determining the time difference.
Fair enough.
Time delay.
If y'all decide you want seconds, let me know.
In 10 minutes.
In 10 minutes. And then you can wait another 10 minutes for it, and we'll probably be done.
So one thing I did notice about Maple today when I was giving them probiotics, I had to like open their mouths and put it in. His teeth are real sharp.
Oh.
He's got some pretty big teeth in there already, which
So a
is
tiger.
pretty early for 3 weeks and 1 day for his teeth to be so big.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like pumpkins weren't. Hers were tiny. Makes me wonder, were they like You know how moms can get pregnant from different dads?
Yeah.
And they're in heat for like a period of like a few days. I wonder if they have different dads and like she got pregnant with him first.
Sure.
And like Pumpkin last, and they're like he's a few days older or something.
Right. Maybe.
I don't know how that works necessarily, but
Yeah. Okay. Plug this in. All right. Mean says, I love the
licking
twitchy
my shirt.
ears.
he's licking my shirt. You should get this. This is adorable.
Dang it.
You trying to nurse? Silly boy. You put a bottle in your face or nothing? You're giving me a wet spot on his shirt.
All right. Oh,
He's
dang
so
it.
plump. You should hold him.
Okay.
You could hold him up to camera one for a second. He's so fat.
I'll actually switch first. Okay.
And they really get their
Have you
claws.
fed them all at this point?
Well, no, because these, I've tried.
I mean, have you tried all?
Yeah,
This one is who? Maple?
Maple.
With the big M on his head for Maple. Almost. That his M doesn't actually connect. I thought it did more.
Pumpkin.
So sharp. You are so sharps.
Pumpkin is like, I've had the taste of the food. Now it's all I want. That's why she keeps trying to climb out of the box. Look at her go. Chug, 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 chug. She's already gained like
Okay, I'm gonna put this one down.
a lot. 24 grams today. So Pumpkin's face is more like narrow. Her nose is a little bit more narrow and smaller
Mhm.
than Cider's. His face is like more wide. His nose is more broad.
Right. Sparkle says, wow, Maple over a pound. Does this mean he'll be an extra big kitty, or does it even out?
It's hard to say.
Yeah, that's,
Sometimes it does, but sometimes it's weird. We have kittens that are like the runts and then they end up being massive.
I really gotta plug this in.
Usually if they're big when they're little, they're big when they're big, but it doesn't always. Gosh, she's 297 now.
He says, and now you're in the future for a change. And Sparkle says, is he just thick?
He is. He's a hefty boy. He's very sturdy, like a big maple tree. He's like a maple log.
Yeah. Okay, here,
Did you
kids.
show her? You want to show Pumpkin?
Yeah,
Okay, we were already handed her to you. See how slight she is compared to him?
yeah.
She's like half his size.
The one that I said looked fluffier was Raven, I believe.
Oh yes, Raven is definitely.
Is Raven the softest, or is this
Yeah.
one okay? Because I was petting them earlier
Raven
today,
is
and one of them is so
soft.
silky.
It's Raven. It's Raven.
Yeah.
And I could tell that she was going to be that way even as a newborn because her hair was like wavy and silky. Yeah. I think they're all going to be like medium hair, but I think Raven is going to be possibly
Alright,
long hair.
Too squirmy.
Yeah, Raven's hair is amazing. I feel like you need a pee somewhere. You just drink so much.
Alright, I'm gonna grab some of those questions we had earlier. Means said, Amanda had thought she might keep them separated after Autumn came back. Did she decide against that since the babies didn't take to the bottle today?
It didn't really have anything to do with them not taking to the bottle. I wanted to keep Autumn here for, a little while so she could just rest and kind of recuperate. And I figured if she's here, she might as well be with the kittens.
Yeah.
So that I don't have to feed them and so that she can be with them. I kind of just figured if she was here and she was kept separate from them, that would agitate her more. I need the trash. So I decided, like we would reunite them and she could stay with them for a couple days and then on the weekend we would go return her. Because I know given time they would all take to the bottle. I mean it usually takes 24 to 48 hours, especially with kittens this age that are so used to nursing from their mom. When they're newborns it's easier.
Right.
So that wasn't really sort of the basis of my decision. But it seems right now like Autumn is not feeling it. So we'll see. Maybe overnight she'll start feeling better and she'll climb into the crate. Or maybe in the morning. But if by like tomorrow afternoon she isn't feeding these guys or, coming into the crate to be with them, then, I'll probably reconsider and just think about returning her. Maybe the next morning or something. What's tomorrow?
Wednesday.
So yeah, if by tomorrow she's not taking care of them or isn't feeling like coming in here, then maybe I'll just return her Thursday morning or something like that.
Yeah. I'm gonna read all that in a second. Real quick, while we're only 11 minutes behind, let me know in the chat if you think we should keep going or if we should, kind of speed through the questions. If it's still watchable, give me thumbs up, and if it's just like
painful,
if it's stopping too much, if it's very frustrating, if it's painful, like anything like that, give me.
Yeah, then we'll just speed through the questions and post it on YouTube so you can watch it for real without all the stops.
Give me the brain exploding emoji, and and I'll take account of that, and we'll just kind of get through the questions we have and finish. Okay, Serial says, the door grew arms and it's attacking Sam. So that's when Iris came in and gave me a hug, I assume. And then Sparkle said, Serial, the door loves Sam. And then the door was told to go to bed. Am I getting that one? Who is that?
This is Pumpkin, you already showed me.
Oh, give me one of the ones I haven't. And while Amanda is doing whatever that is. Oh, okay. Means says, I just remembered partly why Amanda is good at explaining. She's a teacher, isn't she? Yeah, that's accurate. Now more than ever. Well, or not more than ever, but back to that start. Give me Raven. Come back in. Come back in. So this morning...
She loves me because I'm the first time she's ever had a full belly.
This morning at like 6-something o'clock in the morning, Amanda woke me up. We geared up. So we basically put on our long sleeve shirts. I put on the gloves, and we had a carrier. So I'm going to go over to this for now. So it's a little...
This is Raven.
That's Raven. Well, they're not looking at that right now.
They should be, because it's adorable.
I'm trying to explain how we manage this whole thing. So basically where Amanda and Raven are, we had a carrier. We slid it into the opening for the crate, and then Amanda kind of finagled. There's that plastic carrier that's in the crate, so she was able to, with a broom handle, move that slid it over to the opening, and then I reached, and then she used the broom handle to cover her with this blanket.
Put a blanket over top of them.
Yeah, all of them, but primarily Autumn. At which point I then just basically grabbed her and put her into the crate, or the carrier itself. And she didn't really struggle. She didn't fight. She didn't spit or, claw or strike or anything.
Yeah, so I think, if this morning had been horrible,
Yeah.
I probably would have been like, we're just going to return her because we
Yeah.
trying to do that again,
Right.
But it actually went pretty smoothly. It didn't go exactly according to plan, but I didn't really expect it to.
Sure.
And it felt like it was a pretty solid system that would be easy to replicate again without much trouble.
Yeah.
So that was another reason why I was like, yeah, let's put her back with them for a few more days so they get a few more days of mom and she gets, a little time to recover and spend with them. But we'll see. If she's not into it, that's fine too.
Janine, that thing on the headboard of the bed does not have time. It is actually temperature. Temperature, barometer,
Humidity.
yeah, that's all that good weather jazz.
Yeah, so I know what the temperature in the room is for the kittens.
Janine said, closed captioning said, you were going to be back in July. That bad, huh? That's right.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to show Raven?
Yes, yeah. Oh my gosh, she's so soft.
She's ridiculously soft.
You are the softest world. You are the softest. Welcome to Silk Kitten Land.
Yeah, and her fur, like if you rub your finger on it, it's lighter underneath. Her
Yeah.
undercoat is light. It's really pretty. She's so cute. She looks
Yeah.
like an Ewok.
I know, you don't like being up there.
They don't love that.
Alright. Okay. I guess we haven't gotten to the part where I asked about thumbs ups or brain exploding emojis yet, so we'll move on. This was from a long time ago before the chat. I just kind of grabbed anything that had a question mark. So Janine had asked, is the crate door shut and is Mama still under the influence? So earlier we did have the side door, this door here, the side door was shut, but the end of it by the bed was still
front door.
the front and that the side.
And this is the side. The
Sure.
side next to the bed is the side, and the side that faces like where we stand in front of the computer would be the front.
So yeah, the
The front was closed, but the side was
Side
open,
was open.
which is how we've pretty much had it for
the
the
last
last
week.
or so,
Yeah.
because the box that the kittens are in kind of goes into the front door, and so we've been keeping that closed to keep the kittens contained.
and then yeah, when Autumn first came back, she was probably a little groggy from the anesthetic, but you know what? I saw her bolt from checking out the kittens to the black cube. So I think she's,
You did?
yeah, she went pretty fast. Not full zoom, but like it was more than a trot
When?
when she went to the black cube. So before we, like she had been to the pumpkin and back, and then she went, like she came, checked them out, and ran back there. So you can probably find that. It would be in the video before this one, most likely. Hi, Nikon.
Do you want to show Cider?
Yes.
You gotta hold him securely like this.
Hang on.
He's a yelper. He's really
I
noisy.
got you. Cider.
Oh, jeez.
So loud, buddy. All right.
He's a crier.
There he is. Okay, but yeah, most likely she is, possibly still a little groggy, but, she is an adult cat. That is a pretty big surgery, so she's
Yeah.
probably very sore, a little disoriented.
It's a lot harder for the moms to recover from
Yeah.
that surgery than the kittens. Also, she had those vaccinations today, which the vaccinations always make them feel kind of yucky and
Right.
sleepy.
Also the vaccination.
And
Sure.
she had a rabies vaccination on top of what we normally give.
Oh wow.
And those are
Pretty intense.
hefty. So
Yeah. So she's probably not feeling her best self.
she hasn't eaten yet, so
Yeah. I like how Sparkle decided to ask me if something was maple when clearly that's 12 minutes ago. How could I possibly know? Janine says the time in the middle of the screen made prison tats on Sam's face. This time that I have made better. All right, and like this. Wait, can I make a teardrop? No. Yes. All right, let me see what other questions we might have. Means asked at one point, which one is the smallest? That pumpkin that hasn't been gaining much from Mama.
pumpkin,
Yeah. And who's the giant one again?
maple.
Maple.
Yeah, and Cider's pretty close behind Maple, and Raven's kind of in the middle.
Yeah. She looks small, which is
Raven?
Yeah.
She's always been that way. Like, so when they started, she was the second largest.
yeah.
And she always looked the tiniest. That slimming back. So Raven is latching pretty well. She's just taking like short drinks. Neither of the boys have really latched or shown much interest. They're kind of like, ew, what are you trying to feed me? So,
Right.
but within another feeding or two, they'll probably catch on, especially when they get really hungry.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's just being like comfortable with my touch and my smell and all that good stuff too. Check the milk one more time. I think the milk is starting to get a little. It's not super warm anymore.
Jason Park over on Periscope asked, "Are they tabby cats?" Yes. At least 3.5. We're calling Raven a Torby tabby. But yes, the other three are distinctly tabbies.
Yeah, solid tabbies. And
Yeah.
Mom is a tabby.
Mom is
also.
definitely a tabby.
Although they're
Down
kind
to
of like
her
a
attitude.
longish hair, like medium
Yeah,
hair
they're
length,
medium.
which their stripes I guess aren't as, they don't like pop. They're not quite as pronounced as like a short hair would be, like Vikings.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like because the hair gets
Sure.
kind of mushed around a little bit, and so it's.
Yeah.
I'll pass it out now.
And we do apologize again, any of you joining us this far into the live aspect of it. We are having some internet issues, so it's doing a lot of loading and buffering. We will be uploading this chat in its entirety to our YouTube almost immediately after we finish. Amanda did some bottle feeding earlier, so there were a lot of good close-ups of that. So definitely worth checking that out on youtube.com/cuteavalanche. And I got a couple more questions. Sparkle says, Janine, he did show his camera time a little bit ago. And Janine said, Sparkle, I asked months ago. The year was 1972.
Oh, there it is.
The Great Gatsby was in all the theaters. Sparkle says, I was like, oh, you can go back. Easy. All right, next question from GT earlier today. Says, who needs bunk beds when you can just sleep on a sibling? All right, that's not a real question. Sorry. I just wanted to conclude that because it was funny. Janine earlier asked, Amanda, does Cider have light-colored patches behind the ears?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say, really.
We have to wait for them to develop more.
I mean,
Oh, he's like nursing on the blanket.
I'm going to have to keep an eye on that one.
I don't
me, they don't look very like pronounced, like any more so necessarily than pumpkins or maples, but maybe. I mean, on the night vision cam, I suppose they could look more so.
Mhm.
Things tend to stand out a little bit more on that because it's more black and white. There's more contrast. So I don't really have a good answer to that question. Sorry, Jeannie.
This is a new time. It is the accurate local time, but I did just add that overlay tonight because of the delay and the request to see time.
Are you gonna case like
Oh, I totally forgot those were there because I didn't see them. Yeah, I can have them. Mean
This
says
is
we're not allowed to open this.
package from Means? I'm sorry, I didn't realize you didn't do it. But we're waiting till we get another package?
Package from Means.
Okay.
So get that,
So we'll put it on
lock that
over
crap
here.
out. Means says there is a time on one of the cams. I think Night Vision has.
Yes.
But the minutes are out by like 15 minutes. Yeah, so the night vision cameras, like the time that's on there is like, first off, it's set to like daylight savings. So it says, I don't even think that's accurate.
Do you know if she's in the cube or
She's in the cube.
pumpkin?
Pretty sure she's in the cube, unless somehow she switched. So it's like an hour behind, but also some minutes. It's like 53 minutes behind or some stupid thing like that. I have to log into a different box that does not have a monitor on it to actually mess with those settings. So I have yet to do that. But since we're going to have such downtime, if I have to turn the stream off again, maybe I'll go try and fix that. But this is a new, accurate time. So maybe I'll just leave that up. I don't know, let me know if yes, leave that time up, because I can just have that over the other one. This should be more noticeable, because it's bigger. Here, it would look like this. Ta-da! Okay. Sparkle says, yeah, that I read. When you have to change twice a year for daylight savings, why bother changing? Exactly. What? That was Means.
She's in the cube. I
Yeah.
moved the pumpkin back and put the food in front of it so she could see it.
Oh, good.
And she kind of went like
Oh,
stuck her head out and sniffed a little.
I wish I
And there was
caught
no
that.
hissing.
Yay. Also, I realized that I think I said Sparkle said and then read Janine's statement because I realized I had read Sparkle's statement. But anyway, Janine says, yep, Can 5 is off by an hour and some minutes. Can be that all daylight savings. Blame that all on daylight savings? Yeah, exactly. So yes, you have, well, there you go. That's the exact difference. So according to that, it's 8:51. Inaccurate. Yeah, I wish I could easily take that off, but it's or fix it, but it's dumb and not hooked up to the internet to fix itself. All right, do I have any more questions?
She
Nope.
got her head stuck earlier.
Oh,
That's why I
jeez.
put the cardboard there.
Wow.
She's trying to get to me because she's like, you're the one with the food. Finally, I've been trying for weeks to get food.
Mm.
Oh, pumpkin, stay in there, sweetie.
All right. Well, I've kind of gotten through our backlog of questions, and I don't see anything new coming through. So maybe
Maybe
it's
we should go out and see if
time to
Autumn
go
will
out and
come
let
out.
Autumn have her time. Yeah.
Yeah, and that way I can cover the crate more when she put the camera back.
Okay.
I kind of left it intentionally a little uncovered so
Mhm.
that we could move the camera footage out.
Yeah. Okay, I think that is the plan. Let me just check Twitter really quick. I forgot I posted on Twitter, so on the odd chance there's something there. Still watchable, says Sparkle from my question that was maybe 25 minutes ago. 1/3 painful. I swear that question was forever ago.
It was last week.
Yeah, there's no notifications on Twitter. Kittens are worth it. Well, I'll leave the stream going. Janine says can't. And then that's the entire sentence, so I feel like that's what they experience. Mean says, although it's probably 20 minutes now since he asked, they may have already left. That was probably the best joke ever. So I'm out of here. Mean said, and it's probably 20 minutes ago now since he asked, and they've already left. And I wrote, "Who are you people? This is Betty's granddaughter. The year is 2040. Justin Bieber is president." End stream.
It's terrifying.
Which part?
Justin Bieber and that you're Betty's granddaughter. I'll say the Justin Bieber part. But like, so it's 20 years into the future and Betty has a granddaughter? Who's 47?
Yeah. What? Why am I 47?
That's a good question. Because the year you were born, and that's how time works. Look at this little nugget. She's so happy. She's so happy. She's like, I got the belly. I got some love. Finally somebody feels me.
All right. Gonna wrap up the chat portion of this, and we're gonna walk out of the room in a little bit for real. And then I will upload the VOD to YouTube. I'll just give me a few minutes after the stream to add a few things like a thumbnail and all that to pretty it up, and then it'll be there for review. I'm gonna do this. So if you have a Fur Pal and an Instagram account, post it on Instagram, #CuteAvalanche.
Speaking of Instagram, I took
In the middle of a sentence. Yes?
I took like 300 pictures today,
Great.
so hopefully I'll post some of those.
I took like 3 pictures today. So get some of those up too. Cool. Post them to Instagram, use #CuteAvalanche, and they will appear in here, or send them to us directly at cuteavalanche.com/submit, and we'll post them on our account on your behalf. And all right.
Alright, let's reposition that camera over here.
Hang on.
I'm trying to go out before she tries to climb out
Okay, yeah, go ahead. We're going to reposition the camera, and then I'm going to end the chat, open the pirate chest, and we will be walking out that door. Because these
These are made for walking?
boots are made for walking. You want this?
That's good.